Okay, so today I wanted to show you some tips and tricks in regards to the Vim command line. Just some bindings and commands and stuff I found useful that I want to share. So the first thing is it has tab completion, obviously, so you can press tab to complete things, which is quite good. The second thing is you can navigate the command history with the up and down arrows like this. The third thing is you can find, or you can show all of the possible options pressing Control D. So if I went color scheme, I can press Control D to see all of the matches. I can tab complete this D, and I can press Control D one more time. It shows me all of the possible themes that start with the letter D. I sometimes use this for tags. So in this current project, I generated a tags file for this WordPress project, and it has all of these tags. So if I wanted to find one, I can go tag WP underscore, and then I can press Control D, and it shows me all of the possible options, or all of the possible tags or functions. This is very useful. I use this a lot. The second thing I wanted to show you is how you can actually get some of the words and stuff into the command line, like copy the word underneath the cursor and stuff like this. So let me go to the bottom and let me just move to this. So if I wanted to get the word underneath the cursor while I'm in command line mode, I can press Control R W. This will give me the word underneath the cursor. Let's just do that one more time. So it's, you enter the command line mode, you can press Control R, Control W, and that gets the word underneath the cursor. You can do the same thing for the file name. So you can enter the command line mode, you can press Control R and F, and that gives you the file name. You can do the path, Control RP, that gets you the entire path. So if I wanted to do a find command like this, and I wanted to find this specific file that's underneath the cursor based on the file name, if it has been added to the path variable, I could just do that, and then basically just navigate to that exact file. I wonder if you can say go file. You can do that too, which is GF. But that's just an example, because obviously you can run a bunch of different commands. If you needed to have the file path, you could do that. Let's see what else there is. So you can get the current line as well, which is Control R L. That gets you the entire line, the line that the cursor is on, obviously. Okay, another thing that I find really useful is the normal command. So let's just imagine I just messed this up a bit. So this indentation is incorrect. So usually we'll do equals, and you can just repeat that with the dot command all the way down. But easier way is to just get the range like this, type in norm and equals, and that indents this. So that essentially runs normal commands as if you have been typing the keys on each line. So there's a few different ways you can get the range. So I'll go back, say you can say from line 14 to line 45, you can do the same thing, and that does also fix it. Another, there's a couple of variables you can actually use. For example, I could say from the current line, which is just a dot, I believe, until maybe the last line, which is the $sign. And then I can just say, maybe instead of saying normal, I can say print, and that just prints the entire file. But obviously you can use any command if you need to. Let me go back to the top. What else? Normal command is useful because sometimes you use macros, but in case of normal commands you don't really need to. So for example, if I wanted to fix these indentation issues, sorry, I can do the same thing. I can get the range, and then I can essentially just as if I was typing normal commands, use normal. You can use the abbreviation as well, and then you can say maybe forward until single quote, and then maybe I want to insert space and JJ to exit again, and then maybe I wanted to forward again to the comma, insert space and exit again with JJ, and you can see that just corrected all 4 of these lines in one go. You can do a macro too, but sometimes that's a bit easier. I wanted to show you how to run a normal command on every line in a file. So for example, there is a percentage variable you can use, and this does run a normal command on every single line of the file. So that now has indented every line correctly, so that's very useful as well. What else? Repeat. You can repeat the last command we just ran by pressing the @ and semicolon like this, and then basically it just runs the previous command that you ran. So that is actually @ and semicolon. If you press that, it runs the last command line mode execution command. What else? You can see the history. So let's go back. Sorry, let me go back to the bottom of the file. So you can type history, and that shows all of the history of basically the history tree of all of the commands you ran in the past. Another cool function, let me just see if I can find this. If I wanted to, I can redirect the command line output to a register. So redirect, let's do register A, and then I can run history command, for example, and then I can paste all of that inside of this buffer. So I can go Control A, and that is basically the command output now inside of this buffer. So in some cases, maybe you can execute some shell command and then take that output and put it in a buffer and then basically search through it or something like this. Maybe if you did like a grab command, find command or something like that. So that's quite useful as well. I think that's about it. Let me just see. Yeah, that's it. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. If there's any other type of video you want me to make, let me know. I have so many different tips and tricks and so many stuff that I would like to share, so I'll probably end up making another video in the next week or 2. Maybe I'll do some more insert mode related tricks, because there's so many cool things you can do while you're inside of insert mode, so I might do that, but just let me know. Okay, thanks guys, enjoy, bye.